Ed Davis flares back, catches, sees an angle all the way to the basket. He's just seeing the floor so well right now as Davis.
134, 31-15. We'll be back on PrepSpin, and Bryan Station leading by 16.
Kentucky Children's Hospital is here to care for Kentucky's kids. From primary care to serious illness, we are specially trained to address their unique needs. Kentucky Children's Hospital is one of only 2 hospitals in the state with specially trained pediatric surgeons, a level 4 NICU for the tiniest babies, a pediatric ICU, and a 24-hour pediatric emergency room to care for the most critically ill or injured children. We are here to provide whatever care your child needs.
Welcome back, and in backcourt, that's going to be a bump here. And I tell you what, guys, let's kind of dissect this game a little bit. Central started out, they got the three-pointer by Brockman. They got some good looks down low, but I think the athleticism of Bryan Station and really the last 7-8 minutes has kind of taken control of this game.
Yes, sir. I think Station's length around the rim is really bothering Central, and they're having to take some tough shots.
Kirkland Humphrey, backdoor, and laid up and in nicely, but John Williams. I tell you, I thought for a minute we were going to see Williams slam that because he got way up.
Yeah, great executed offensive set play called by Coach Feldhouse out of that timeout.
31-17 on the backdoor to John Williams. That is his third basket, 6 points. 1:02 to go in the first half here at the breakfast at EKU. 6 games today. Clyde to the basket, no good. Throw it up, Taylor rebound. Taylor hands it over to Griffin Hotchkiss, the big fella, and he says, here, you take it, you're a guard.
Taylor now his 4th rebound in this game.
Now Hotchkiss comes out to Humphrey from Brockman. Kirkland to the basket, hanging wide open, knocks it down.
Humphrey's got some handles.
Yes,
nice drive left, stop, pull it up, maintained control through that all, and this is a nice little run for Madison Central.
Hey, wait a minute now. Don't you think Madison Central, they're not going to quit, are they, Matt Rose?
No, they're definitely not going to quit.
Shot by Davis, and he knocks down another 3. How in the world did he get that to go?
That's just ridiculous, Gary. Davis pulls up. He's not even open, all right? And he knocks it down, falls down, slides backwards. Another 3 for Davis.
He's got 17 points already. We're 6 seconds from halftime. 34-19. Humphrey a long 3. Back of the rim, no. And boy, Bryan Station's going to take a nice lead into the locker room by 15. 34-19. Bryan Station leading Madison Central. We'll come back, and Matt Rose and Justin Cheatham will break down this first half for you. William Moorfield producing. We'll return here on PrepSpin with the Madison Central down to Bryan Station. Defenders 34, Madison Central 19 here at halftime.
The Kentucky Center for Orthodontics, home of Doctors Durbin, Wong, and Gardner, is now Clear Choice Orthodontics. Why the name change, you ask? Well, we believe that there's only one choice for all your orthodontics needs, and that choice is clear. Clear Choice Orthodontics. We offer a unique level of care for each smile in your family. We also feature the latest in Invisalign technology and Invisalign Teen. Put our award-winning experience to work for you. For a lifetime of beautiful smiles, come visit the most outstanding orthodontist in Kentucky, Clear Choice Orthodontics, home of Doctors Durbin, Wong, and Gardner.
Hat maker Vincent Brimble prospered in the town of Hattington. Never flashy, he only made the classic bowler. Then suddenly the day's trend became preposterously tall. His Raymond James financial advisor reminded him that focusing on the long term is always fashionable. The fad was indeed a passing one. His patience paid off, allowing him to one day hang up his hat with confidence. Life well planned. See what a Raymond James advisor can do for you.
I'm Todd Graves with special guest Les Miles. Fans seem to have a set of game day traditions they really love.
And one tradition I really love is the one love of Raising Cane's. The delicious taste of those fresh, never frozen chicken fingers, along with that amazing cane sauce, lemonade, and sweet tea.
Wow, I think that covers every game day tradition out there.
You didn't mention my sweet dance moves.
That's a whole other show.
Raising Cane's.
One love.
Sports, all P, all O-R-T-S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter, locally owned and operated since 1972.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
There are 50 Whitaker Bank locations serving Kentucky communities just like mine.
61 Whitaker Bank ATMs throughout Kentucky make getting quick access to cash easy.
Whitaker Bank staff serves the needs of nearly 70,000 Kentucky customers every day.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
We're back here at McBrayer Arena at halftime where Bryan Station up 34-19 on Madison Central. Matt, it was cold when we came in here. It's a cold Saturday morning. Bryan Station has heated this place up quick.
Yeah, they sure have. You know, like you were saying earlier, it doesn't feel like it's Saturday morning right now.
Well, right now for Bryan Station, Davis is just lighting it up. He is 6 for 9 from the field, 4 for 5 from the three-point line, 17 points to lead all scorers. Throw in 3 rebounds with that, and you got to think when you have the athleticism of Bryan Station, the speed, the depth, you throw in 3-point shooting like that, and who's going to beat them?
Yeah, they're going to be definitely tough to beat if they're hitting shots like this. I know Davis has been a really good spark for him, and I think C.J. Walker's played really well as well.
Yeah, for Madison Central right now, they're led in scoring by Williams with 6 points, Brockman with 5, Humphrey with 6. Jones only 2 points, and Madison Central really struggled around the rim. They were able to get to the basket, but I didn't feel like they were taking shots as much as they were throwing up the basketball. And, you know, a lot of that is credit to the defensive pressure that Bryan Station is putting on them.
Right, yeah, like I said earlier, I really think Station's length is bothering them a little bit. And, you know, they just need to settle it down and take better shots.
Yeah, Madison Central 9 for 29 right now from the field overall. Going to have to shoot a much better percentage than that if they're going to mount a comeback. Only 1 for 5 from behind the three-point line in this game. Free throw shooting pretty even. Bryan Station 3 for 5. Madison Central hasn't taken a free throw according to my stats in this game. So again, that's another sign that when they're driving and kind of falling away from the contact. Madison Central doing a good job of getting to the rim. They need to go in and attack the basket and not be afraid to absorb some contact and get to the free throw line. Bryan Station 5 points off turnovers. Madison Central only 2. Both teams have handled the ball well in this game. Only 3 turnovers for Madison Central, only 2 turnovers for Bryan Station. So at halftime, it's Bryan Station 34, Madison Central 19. We'll be back with more halftime stats right after these messages.
Hankins with a spin move to left hand good.
Back. Drives into the lane, goes up and good, and it's fouled. What a play by Jeremiah Bell.
Be good to go over there. Terry Johnson, a big dunk right there by Matt Rose. Nice dish, too.
Top Davis down low. Good pass. Played up and in by Cal.
Looking down low. Oh, the alley-oop.
6 seconds. Got him. Back door and the dunk with authority.
Rose, right wing first. Stepped into a 3. Got it.
Ferguson now 14 points in this.
The following sports broadcast is brought to you by Clear Choice Orthodontics, home of Doctors Durbin, Wong, and Gardner. By Sutherland Chevrolet over in Nicholasville. By Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. By UK Healthcare, Orthopedic Surgery, and Sports Medicine. By Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky. By Roberts Insurance and Investments. By UK Healthcare, Kentucky Children's Hospital. By Crown Trophy. Dallin Family Dentistry, Central Bank, Lowe's Sporting Goods, Raymond James, Richard Noonan is your agent. By News Talk 590 WVLK, and by Rafferty's. We now take you live to today's ball game in high definition on PrepSpin.com.
All right, we're back at McBrayer Arena where Bryan Station all over Madison Central here in this first half of the first round of the 11th Region Boys Basketball Tournament, 34-19. Just a great performance there by Bryan Station. You wonder on a Saturday morning, it's cold, it's 10 o'clock in the morning. Who's playing basketball at 10 o'clock in the morning? Well, Bryan Station comes out not missing a beat all over Madison Central early on. But I'll tell you what, I look up at the scoreboard and I see that 15-point lead, and I think about the game that started this tournament off when Madison Southern girls were up 15 at halftime to Lexington Catholic. Came out a little sluggish in the second half. Lexington Catholic ladies make a great comeback, come in a little bit short. Madison Southern moves on to the second round tonight, but Bryan Station still has a half to play to get out and advance to the next round. I'm joined right now by Matt Rose, 11th Region Player of the Year. Going to play his college basketball at Samford, just an outstanding talent. Matt, you're in the locker room. You're playing for Madison Central. You're down 15 at halftime. What are you thinking? What do you need to do in the second half?
Well, it's two things, offensive and defensively. On the defensive end, you want to play in segments. You want to look up at the scoreboard and say, I don't want them to score more than this many points in a certain amount of time. And then on offense, you want to start going inside more, go inside to out, because once you get some easy layups going, that makes your threes and your pull-up jumpers go a lot smoother.
Yeah, I think that's great advice. Play it in chunks. You don't try to get all 15 points back at once. Just
great
try
advice.
To win.
That's Jay Billis type
Jay
advice.
Billis type advice.
About?
Yeah, said it like he's been coaching for years, I'll tell you. Now, if you're Bryan Station, you're up 15. You're thinking, all right, is this game over? I mean, how do you play? What are you thinking? If you're Coach Tommy Johnson, what are you telling your kids?
Well, the game's certainly not over, and if I'm Bryan Station, I'm going to keep doing what I've been doing, and definitely just don't slow down and take this team for granted, because they'll definitely come out with a spark.
Yeah, so we've seen some great action here early on. A lot of basketball yet to be played in this day.
Oh, yeah.
One game of 6.
Coming up after this game, Darren Douglas will give you the call here on PrepSpin, and that'll be an interesting game. Even though they played early in the year, guys, Matt and Coach Cheatham, I still think Franklin County is one of the most improved teams. They're well coached by Tony Wise. I think they'll give Lafayette all they want, even though Lafayette won by 30 when they played earlier in the season. I don't think it's going to be that kind of game today. And then Richmond Model right here on their floor will take on a very talented Henry Clay team later today. And then the last boys game today will be Woodford County and Lexington Catholic. Tonight we have both girls games, starting with that Franklin County Southern game and followed up with the game that everybody's saying could be a state championship type game, Lafayette and Henry Clay girls.
Yeah, we've got just an action-packed day. 6 basketball games, 6 big-time basketball games here at this beautiful venue, and I'm excited, and we've gotten off to a good start.
Well, in the district tournaments, we had Harrison Lane sit with us. We had Jordan Fusey. We had Michael Talbot. And we had Colby Barnes. And now we get Matt Rose. It just doesn't get any better than this, having these type of players in this region sit in with us on the PrepSpin broadcast.
Yeah, and Matt is already doing a fantastic job. And I'll tell you what, if either coach has trouble communicating to his kids, they just need to come over and listen to what Matt Rose just said, because he is right on.
Mic him up, as they say. And then I think Darren Douglas is capable of doing that. He can mic up anybody. So we'll be back with the second half, as Coach Cheatham said. Bryan Station up by 15, leading Madison Central 34-19 here at halftime in McBrayer Arena on the campus of Eastern Kentucky University. It's breakfast at EKU. We'll return with more halftime after this on PrepSpin.
In 1956, Gene Lowe started a small sporting goods store in London to help local schools. Over 50 years later, Lowe's Sporting Goods has grown to meet the needs of our community. We offer screen printing, lettering, and monogramming, and a full line of custom trophies for your teams and events. Lowe's has fan apparel from the NFL, UK, and all of our local schools. So no matter what team, no matter what season, Lowe's can outfit your team from head to toe, on the field, on the hardwood, or in the boardroom. Swing on over to Lowe's Sporting Goods, 901 Main Street in London and 916 Master Street in Corbin.
This is a special place.
Our home court advantage.
With the support of our fans and the Big Blue Nation, we can accomplish anything.
That same hometown advantage can be yours at Central Bank.
With their winning personal service, Central is passionate about helping me succeed.
They're always behind me, helping guide my financial strategy, and they can help you too.
Think local.
Grow local.
Bank local. Put Central Bank's hometown advantage to work for you.
The Kentucky Center for Orthodontics, home of Doctors Durbin, Wong, and Gardner, is now Clear Choice Orthodontics. Why the name change, you ask? Well, we believe that there's only one choice for all your orthodontics needs, and that choice is clear. Clear Choice Orthodontics. We offer a unique level of care for each smile in your family. We also feature the latest in Invisalign technology and Invisalign Teen. Put our award-winning experience to work for you. For a lifetime of beautiful smiles, come visit the most outstanding orthodontist in Kentucky, Clear Choice Orthodontics, home of Doctors Durbin, Wong, and Gardner.
All right, we're back here at McBrayer Arena, where at halftime it's Bryan Station 34, Madison Central 19, right here on PrepSpin, catching all the greatest high school basketball in the world. You know, I consider this the basketball capital of the world.
Yep.
And we're right here watching some of the best talent around, and this Bryan Station team certainly showed in the first half why they are one of the best teams around. 20 wins in this season, Matt. 10-4 overall in the region. Played outstanding in that first quarter.
Yeah, they sure did.
Yeah, now Madison Central came out really ice cold, getting some good penetration, but really not shooting the ball well, more just kind of throwing it up there. 9 for 29 overall, 1 for 5 from the three-point line. They only have 19 points. In the rebounding category, though, it's 16 rebounds to Bryan Station's 15, so they're rebounding the ball well. But offensive rebounds, listen to this, Bryan Station only has 4 offensive rebounds, but they have 8 points off those offensive rebounds. So every time they get an offensive board, it turns into baskets for Bryan Station.
Yeah, they're definitely capitalizing off those offensive rebounds.
Well, I think the key here in the second half is Sam Jones has to start being authoritative, has to get in there and make some. He had some good looks in the first half. He just couldn't get them to drop, because I think he's the one guy down low that maybe can give Bryan Station some problems. And I think Kirkland Humphrey has to start knocking down some threes. Brockman knocked down that one early. You got to start hitting from the perimeter. It's kind of like playing Kentucky basketball. If you're not hitting threes, you're hitting from the perimeter, it's going to be a long night.
Yeah, it will. And one thing I noticed with these rebounds is that Central's definitely hustling. You know, they're getting a lot of rebounds, but they're just not hitting that many shots. So we'll see if they start hitting on the other side this half.
For Central, Miller, Williams, Jones, Humphrey, Brockman, same 5 that started. And I would probably bet that Coach Johnson and Coach Red Hutchinson are going to go with the same 5 they do. They've got Owsley out there, Daquan Clyde, C.J. Walker, Andre Dishman, and Davis. So that's your 5. Davis, by the way, 17 big ones in that first half of action.
He definitely carried them.
Miller set to put it in play, gives it over now to Kirkland Humphrey, who had 6 points in that first. Looking for Jones, Dishman on him. Well, right off the bat, they're looking for Jones, aren't they, Matt?
Yeah.
Good place to go with it. Williams angling left side. He's looking for Jones. Good defense by Dishman, Coach.
Yeah, good weak side help there again.
Jones throws it up. Won't go. He thought he was fouled. There was some contact. Here comes Davis. Streaking right side. Goes in on Brockman. Hanging. Rolls out of there. Rebounded. Coming back tap, though. And coming out there with it is Tariq Miller. He goes over to Humphrey. A long 3. Off the iron, no. And tapped out of bounds. And let's see. The officials are going to give it back to Madison Central.
Well, that's what Madison Central needed to get a stop defensively, get a good look. They do. They don't convert, but they're still playing. I'll tell you what, though, the weak side defense by Bryan Station early on has been great.
Good block.
Dishman gets the block there on Humphrey to lead it out to Davis. Over to Dishman, and he dunks it.
Yeah, he dunked it all right. He just dunked it and pretty much made every Madison Central fan in this place go, wow.
36-19. Humphrey there for the Indians. Kicks it over to John Williams. Williams throws it away, trying to dish it back over to his tip. They say it was tipped away there by the defenders. They're going to give it back to Madison Central. Good call there.
Yeah, that was a good call.
36-19, and Coach Cheatham, I think, got 17-point spreads, the biggest lead station's had this morning.
It sure is. And you're Madison Central, you want to come out of the half, and get something going, and instead you've got Bryan Station with just an authoritative dunk to say we are in control of this game.
If Kirkland Humphrey, Matt Rose, puts that up in that little block and banks it in, because the contact was already there, that's going to be an and one.
Yeah, that would be an and one. A little bit tough from that angle, though.
Yeah.
The middle of the paint to bank that one in, but
Humphrey shoots 37% behind the arc. He's a good free throw shooter, and he rolls that one in. Of course, this Central team won the state title a couple of years ago on this floor. They had a young man by the name of Dominic Hawkins, who's a pretty good player at the University of Kentucky when he plays.
Yeah.
Big article in the New. Did y'all see that big article in the New York Times about him?
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't see that
Check
either.
that out. We got a great article about Dominic Hawkins, what basketball means, and about Kentucky basketball. Both free throws connected by Humphrey.
Yeah, Gary, here's a telling stat. Those were the first 2 free throws Madison Central shot in this ball game. That's very telling.
Taquan Clyde kicks it over now to Owsley. Owsley will be an outstanding baseball player for Eddie Brooks. They're on the ball report today at noon, by the way, the Bryan Station baseball team. They're set to play a game today. Don't think that's going to happen. Owsley stopping from 18. Got it.
Good decision there by Owsley. Madison Central now in a 2-3 zone. Owsley very patient. 2 dribbles in, gets the great looking jump shot to fall, and
that's a good looking shot, man.
Yeah, that was a good shot.
38-21 out top with it. Miller. He launches the 3 off the iron. No. Davis takes it. Davis bounces it out to Walker. Left side, he hangs, and no good. Dishman stick back, no. Tapped up, no. And Jones is going to knock it out of bounds.
Well, the whole frame of the backboard, the whole unit is rocking right now because Dishman going up. He's like, I don't think I dunked that first one hard enough. I'm going to go up and get this one and just bring the whole thing down. I mean, it rocked back and forth for about 3 seconds there.
I'm glad this is a college gym and there's a lot of dunks, because otherwise that might have literally brought the rim down.
Yeah.
38-21, 5:48 in the third. It's been all Bryan Station. They're trying to get to the semifinals Monday night. Of course, weather's changed a lot of this 11th region tournament as far as scheduling with the 17 inches of snow. That'll do it every time on a coach.
Yeah, good defense there by Williams to get his hand in there and get the steal.
Sam Jones down low, power move, glass good. That's what we're talking about.
Yep.
That's the one X factor that Madison Central has against Station. If he gets going here, he could get his ball club back in this in a hurry.
Yeah, and Jones was even double teamed right there. The weak side help was there, but Jones was patient with the power dribble. He got his eyes on the target and put the ball in the box. He was patient, concise. Great possession there for Madison Central.
Davis with a left hand, angles down the lane, hanging, little scoop shot, rolls out. Nice rebound on the backside by Johnny Williams.
He's athletic now. He was up for that rebound.
Man, he was the window cleaner on that. Here's a long 3. Humphrey off the iron, no. Stuck back, no. And Dishman clears it out. Long pass to Clyde, to Quan. Left side, Dunn. He drives, hangs, scores, and we're going to have a charge call. There to take it was John Williams.
Yeah, that was a good take. He was set from the very beginning.
Yeah, good recognition there. Get your feet set. Take a charge. Get the ball back. You got a little bit of a run. I know it's a 15-point game, but you're getting good looks. Jones just had a great possession. Your defensive intensity stepped up. You got Bryan Station taking some bad shots. Cherish every possession.
Just 10 of 36, 28% shooting by the Indians. 15 of 31 for 49% for Bryan Station. Humphrey out top. Brockman launches. Back of the rim. No good. Battle for Jones. And Jones, as he tried to go up with it strong, battling Dishman and Clyde. And I tell you what, when you're battling those 2 athletes like that, Matt Rose, and Sam Jones is a bruiser. I mean, looks like a big football player, but it's taking everything he's got to go up against those 2 big fellas.
Yeah, he's having to work hard. That was a good offensive rebound, too.
38-23 at the line. Sam Jones, he knocks down the free throw. So Sam has 3 points. I think he only had 2 at halftime. So he's starting to pick it up a little bit with 5 points now. And it's 38-24, and he makes it 38-25.
Well, the way they're shooting free throws, I'm going to keep getting to the free throw line. You're 4 for 4 in this half. And, from the 3-point line, you're 1 for 9. So, I'm going to try to get to the rim, draw some contact, and get back to the free throw line if I'm Madison Central.
Quan Clyde was a great receiver on that football team. Gives the Dishman off the glass, and we're going to say a little bit, and that's going to be number 3 on Mr. Jones. He just goes disgustedly, holds his head, but looked like, and that's what Coach Feldhouse is saying. He just went straight up. What'd you think, Mr. Rose?
Well, I think Dishman really got into him, so it can go either way.
Yeah, good recognition by Dishman that he had Jones on him. Takes him right at the rim.
Brockman nearly got a steal. That's the thing you like about this young man, Grant Brockman, is he gives you all-out hustle there for Madison Central.
Yeah, Brockman with 5 points, 3 rebounds, but with Jones, that's his third foul. So he's going to stay in the game, and we'll see if Dishman goes right back at him again and try to pick up that fourth.
Tim Dunn gives it back now to C.J. Walker. Walker angling right side. Walker to the basket, hanging, won't go. A foul, and the foul's going to go on Miller. Tariq Miller there trying to guard Walker, but Walker just took him to the hoop. And it's kind of interesting, guys, whenever Bryan Station wants to take it to the basket, whether it's Davis, Walker, or Clyde, whomever, it seems like they're pretty effective.
Yeah, then, Walker been relatively quiet in this game, 5 points, 3 rebounds, but you talk about a kid who can sky. Walker can absolutely get up. We've seen some dunks by Dishman in this game. We saw some fantastic dunks by Walker in the regular season. He's a spark as well.
Yeah, we saw him dunk one over Dunbar that brought the house down.
Oh, yeah. It was a fallout kind of dunk where the officials had to get people back in the bleachers before they could resume play.
Jones with the rebound on the second miss, 39-25. Kick in the corner goes to Miller. Back now to Williams. Down low, Jones, power move, rolls out. Rebounded by Dunn. He leads it out to Dishman. Dishman driving, hanging, missed it, rebounded by Jones.
Looked like he got fouled right there.
Here comes Williams, right side. Williams back to Brockman. Kick it around to John Williams. Swing it around now down low. Here's Humphrey off glass, no. And rebounded by Taquan Clyde. Wrap around dribble. Clyde down the middle. Dumps it left side. Dunn hanging. What a block there by Central. John Williams. Here comes Humphrey. He hangs, scores. That's what I'm talking about. He finished. He will get the soup and the sandwich.
Wow, what a swing there. Madison Central, big block. Fast break goes back to Madison Central. And Humphrey all the way to the rim. Now 10 points, 4 assists in this ball game. Gives his team quite a spark here. Can cut it to 11.
39-27 here. Central with a little mini comeback here of sorts to Matt Rose.
Yeah, you can't. Like I said, you can't write them off. They're going to definitely come out with fight, and they've cut the lead down a little bit here.
Free throw connected by Humphrey, who's a good free throw shooter. And Coach, you're right. Look at the free throw shooting by Central in this game. And I would try to get to that line a little bit more if I was 6 for 6.
Well, they're 6 for 6, and all 6 have occurred in this quarter. So if you're Madison Central, keep attacking the basket, get to the free throw line. And when you got a kid like Williams who can get up the way he can defensively, wow, what a defensive half he's having.
Walker to the basket, missed it. Got a pick from Caldwell out top, who just checked in. Now with it down the left side is Kirkland Humphrey. He dumps it back to Jones, stolen by Davis. He's got a 3-on-2. Davis bounces right side Walker. He drives, lays, missed it. Tapped up, and no. Coming out of there with it, Humphrey's got it. How'd that not go down, Matt Rose?
I don't know. That rolled around the rim for a little bit.
Here's Brockman, baseline, cut off, and we're going to have a blocking foul called on Owsley. Both of them went down, and as they went down to the floor, we have a whistle and a foul call.
Wow, this is a lot of action to take in. I mean, did you see at the other end how high Williams got up for the rebound to deflect it out to his teammate? 2 possessions here now where Madison Central could cut this thing to single digits.
I think what caused that foul to be called there on Owsley was he kind of fell backwards too,
right.
And the official said, well, that could be a, you know what.
Yeah, it's a little bit hard to call when someone gets tripped up or something like that, but I think the official made the right call.
In college, they're really looking for the flop now, aren't they?
Yeah, they
I'm not saying that was a flop, okay?
Oh, yeah.
Jones kicks it over to Williams. Back now to Kirkland Humphrey. He's had a well of a ball game. Humphrey out top, Brockman, swing it around. Wide open, Williams launches the 3. They need it, they get it.
Wow, Williams hits the 3 when it needed the most, and we have an 8-point ball game.
And Coach Johnson says, we want to talk it over. I want a full timeout. What a comeback from Madison Central. Bryan Station 39, but remember, guys, they led by 17.
Led by 17 in this quarter.
Yeah.
And wow, getting to the free throw line, making your free throws. No bigger three-point shot. They're only shooting 20% from the three-point line. Madison Central nails one right there.
39-31. We'll be back on PrepSpin. Minute 59 to go in the third.
Choosing a college is about setting a course, a path that leads to your destination. At EKU, The adventure is what lies in between. Eastern Kentucky University. Great journeys begin here.
Gary Ball with Matt Rose, Player of the Year in the 11th Region. Justin Cheatham, former coach at Tate's Creek. William Warfield, producing, or should I say William Warfield, executive producer. That would probably be the right, Mr. Cheatham?
That would be it.
Well, you and I have done a lot of games this year with William, and we've enjoyed it all season. Now it's 11th Region Tournament. 39-31, Matt Rose. Central right back in this thing. I think the three there out of that corner might have Williams might have got them right back in this thing.
Yeah, that's definitely a spark. Now they're within 8 points here. We'll see what they do.
39-31. Station pounding it down. That's Andre Davis. Had 17 first half points. Has not scored, Coach, here in the third quarter.
Yeah, that's Brockman doing a much better job in this half defending Davis.
That's what we said. Brockman's that lockdown type guy. Here's Davis. He hears us. He knocks it down. Davis says, I hear you talking about me over there. I got 20 now. How about that?
I mean, he just placed Brockman off the screen. You can't tell whether he's going right or left. Bam, 3 points right back for Station.
Brockman, a lot of contact, no call. Caldwell in front of Jones. He's going to kick it out to the Quan Clyde. Clyde shovels it back to Davis, looking for 23. Off the iron, no rebound of a Brockman. How many boards is that for Brockman now? 5 or 4?
That's his fifth rebound.
5 rebounds for Brockman. 42-31. 56 seconds in the third. Central needs another 3 here to get it down to 8. They had it down to 39-31. John Williams right side. Kicks it. Here's Kirkland Humphrey open. He knocks it down.
Station's feeling it now, and so is their fan. Wow, I mean, the
Madison Central.
Madison Central, sorry. The entire gym has awakened to these 2 3-point baskets in a row by Central.
Coach, they played their district right here, so Kirkland Humphrey and Brockman and guys like that, they like shooting here at this gym.
Yeah, they're showing it in this quarter.
Left side is to Quan Clyde. He bounces now out top to Raphael Few, who just checked in. First time we've seen Few in the ball game. Few's got it. Left side, lost the handle on it, down to 10 seconds. Hands it to Clyde. Clyde. Crossing over, Clyde to the basket, shoulder in there, Hank scores.
That's a good take right there.
He just lowered that right shoulder and said, you're not going to stop me. Here's the throw by Humphrey, well, three-quarter court, well off the mark. We head to the final quarter, folks. Bryan Station up 44-34 over Madison Central. We'll be back on PrepSpin with the final quarter here, thanks to Bob Roberts Insurance. They're right here in Richmond on Main Street. Bob Roberts Insurance, they insure half this great state of Kentucky. We'll be back on PrepSpin. Bryan Station up by 10.
I'm Todd Graves with special guest Les Miles. Fans seem to have a set of game day traditions they really love.
And one tradition I really love is the one love of Raising Cane's. The delicious taste of those fresh, never frozen chicken fingers, along with that amazing cane sauce, lemonade, and sweet tea.
Wow, I think that covers every game day tradition out there.
You didn't mention my sweet dance moves.
That's a whole other show. Raising Cane's, one love.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Over 30,000 Kentuckians are saving time and money by doing their banking online with Whitaker Electronic Banking.
341,000 transactions were made on the go last year using the Whitaker Bank mobile app.
Over 340,000 text alerts were sent last year with Whitaker Bank text banking.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
Back at Eastern Kentucky University for the final quarter. Gary Ball, Justin Cheatham, Matt Rose, William Warfield. And guys, I'd say third quarter went to Madison Central, wouldn't you?
It absolutely did. And it all started with getting to the rim, getting to the free throw line. They didn't shoot a free throw, Matt did Madison Central in the first half. They're 5 for 5 in the third quarter. And then you're shooting 1 for 9 from behind the three-point line. They've made their last 2, though, so they're beginning to heat up there as well. But boy, what a great last possession there by Bryan Station to push it back up to a 10-point lead.
Matt Rose, 20 points for Davis, 14 for Kirkland Humphrey. They leave their respective ball clubs.
Yeah, I mean, they're both really good players, and they're showing it.
Walker to the basket with a good finish.
Well, that was just a great possession for Bryan Station to start this quarter. Spread Madison Central out. Walker, very quick, great vertical ability, all the way to the rim for the and one. Can push this back to a 13-point lead. Takes the Madison Central crowd back out of the game.
And we're going to have Sturgis back in for Owsley, and also Tim Dunn in. Caldwell back out. 7:47 to play, and Walker can give the Bryan Station defenders a 13-point lead, and he does. He did that the old-fashioned way. He earned
sure
that
did.
one.
That's Walker's 9th point in this game.
47-34 as we start the final quarter. Kick it over to Miller. Tariq lines it up, knocks it down.
Well, Miller's been feeling it for a while. I've noticed on the weak side he's been calling for the ball, waving his hands. That time
Get
he
me the
gets it
ball.
on the wing, and he says, "This is why, boys. I'm feeling it. Get me the ball.
Pass me the ball. Skip it. Skip it, as they say." 47-37. Walker to the basket, hanging. Dumps it right side. Block from behind. Good block there by Williams on the big fella Dishman. Kick it. Here's Humphrey lining up the three. Off the iron, no. Tapped around. And it's going to be a reaching foul called on Williams as Dishman had the ball for Station.
I like C.J. Walker's game a lot. He's really running his team. That was a great pass, but got blocked from behind there.
He's got 9 points. He has 3 rebounds, speaking of Walker. Couple of assists, couple of steals. Now let's look at the steals. You look at just 2 steals by Madison Central, a couple there by Station.
Yeah, only 4 turnovers for each team. So both teams are handling the ball well in this ball game. And when you handle the ball that well against Bryan Station, that's saying something because they put so much pressure on you.
47-37, under 7 minutes to go in the ball game. Gary Ball, good backdoor pass to Dunn. He catches it, hangs, and a whistle foul called, and Dunn will shoot 2. There were 2 players there for Central, Seth Richardson, and I think that's who's going to be credited with that foul. It does go on Seth, and that's his 2nd personal.
Madison Central extends the zone there on this trip, and the weak side of the zone just falls asleep. That pass should never be able to happen. Gets all the way in there. Bryan Station, great job getting back to the free throw line where they're 5 for 8 tonight.
Dunn missed the free throw, first attempt. His second one is coming, and he rattled that one in. Tim Dunn with 5 points now. The lead is 48-37. Timeout with 6:47 to play. It is Bryan Station on top of Madison Central, 48-37. We'll return on PrepSpin after this timeout.
This is a special place.
Our home court advantage.
With the support of our fans and the Big Blue Nation, we can accomplish anything.
That same hometown advantage can be yours at Central Bank.
With their winning personal service, Central is passionate about helping me succeed.
They're always behind me, helping guide my financial strategy, and they can help you too.
Think local.
Grow local.
Bank local. Put Central Bank's hometown advantage to work for you.
Well, Gary, I tell you what, 6:47 to go in the 4th. Madison Central still right in this thing.
Especially if they could knock down a 3 here, Matt Rose.
Yeah.
That'd make it very interesting. They've got the ball. Williams kicks it in the corner, and here's a 3-pointer. And he banked it in just right on cue. Miller says, okay, you're asking for a 3 over there. Here you go. And the banks are open at 11 o'clock on Saturday morning.
Oh, he is just smiling. I'm telling you what, he is feeling it.
48-40. Central just won't go away, will they, Matt Rose?
No, they won't. They got a lot of heart.
Davis, who has those 20 points at 17 in the first half, over to Carl Walker, C.J. Walker out of the right side. Dunn knocked it down.
Well, that's exactly the shot. If you're Madison Central, you want Bryan Station to take the quick 3-pointer out of the corner. But, man, Dunn knocks it down and just puts Bryan Station right back up 11.
Kirkland Humphrey. Down low they go to Jones. Jones hook shot over Dishman. No. Gets it back, tips it. No. Battle for it. And Davis comes down with that's good work there, though, by Jones. I still like the aggressiveness, guys. Really got after it.
Yeah, Jones really struggling, though. 2 for 12 for the game.
Davis kicks it out to C.J. Carl Walker. 5:37, 51-40. Station by 11. The 3-pointer by Miller that banked and cut it down to 48-40. Then Dunn's 3. Down low with it. Clyte put it in.
That is just great recognition. Ball reversal by Bryan Station, seeing what to do against the 2-2-1 trap that Madison Central's playing right now. They get right in there. 7 points, yeah.
And 7 rebounds for Taquan Clyte. And yet, 53-40.
He's played a really smart basketball game. Handled the ball really well as well.
Yeah, that was a really good cut right there.
Kirkland Humphrey down the lane, throws it up off balance and put it in.
Good defense, but better offense.
Humphrey now his 16th point in this game, 5 rebounds. I'm telling you, he's having a whale of a game as well.
That's his average, Coach.
Yep.
16. He's got
was
his
totally
average.
off balance there, too.
53-42 on the Kirkland Humphrey shot that got his scoring average. He's got 16. Walker hanging and scoring.
Good shot.
Bryan Station screens the top of that zone, and Walker just goes to work. Now 11 points, 3 rebounds.
55-42. Thanks to Matt Rose. Matt, you're going to join us again on another broadcast, okay?
Oh, yeah, I would love to.
You're welcome anytime. Down low with Williams, and that's going to be a whistle and a foul call. Matt is the 11th Region Player of the Year, and what they're doing with the new Mr. Basketball system is each player that wins is a Mr. Basketball finalist. Is that not correct?
Yes, I believe that's right.
So you're a finalist for Mr. Basketball, and you got my vote.
Thank you.
I don't think it's a no-brainer. Right side, Humphrey blocked there, and Walker comes out of there with it, ball loose, and then diving on the floor is Richardson. Walker kicks it in the corner to Davis. He spins, and he's going to be fouled there by Richardson. You know, when you look at Mr. Basketball, it's more than just what you do on the floor, although this young man to my left, 20-some points, 10, 11 rebounds, did it all for LCA. You know, there's guys like Cameron Justice, and there's guys, the big fella for Trinity, you know I'm talking about.
Spalding.
Yeah, Ray
Spalding.
Spalding, guys like that. But who did more for their basketball team than Matt Rose?
You're exactly right, and it's bittersweet because I really want to keep watching him play over there at LCA.
Missed shot there by Clyde, picked up by Humphrey. Long pass, right side it goes to Miller. Down low, Sam Jones hanging, he's hacked there by Ditchman. Ditchman says, I'm not going to stop you, so I'm just going to foul you.
Yeah, make him hang at the line.
That's a great foul by Dishman. That's his first foul in this game. Not going to let Madison Central have anything easy. Sends Jones back to the free throw line. You know, we talked about it in the third quarter. Madison Central did a better job of getting to the free throw line where they were 5 for 5. This is their first trip to the free throw line in the fourth quarter.
I mean, I got to ask you, Mr. Rose, because, I mean, you're such a great guy, and you're such a, you know, you'll tell it like it is. If you had a vote for Mr. Basketball, I mean, it doesn't matter what you say because it's, you know, pretty much it's done, but who would you vote for?
Well, honestly, I think it comes down to who carries their team the farthest.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we couldn't make it to Rupp like we wanted to. So I think it depends on the end of the season, really.
Shot goes down by Dunn, and Dunn makes it 57-43. When it looked like Central was right back in it at 48-40, it's been a 9-3 run here, guys, by Bryan Station.
Boy, Gary, that was a big-time play again by Dunn. He's now 4 for 6 in this game for 10 points.
Richardson fakes his shot, moves in on the left elbow, whistle foul called, 3:32 to play. Right now, it's probably a two-horse race, in my opinion, between Matt Rose and Cameron Justice and Knott County Central. I think it's, even though, as you said, it does matter how far you go, so that may help Spalding if Trinity would happen to go to the state. But I don't know if they can get out of their region.
Yeah, Ballard is a very good team. They have to beat them, I know. So
free throw connected by Seth Richardson, the junior coach, and I tell you what, the young man plays hard. That's his first point of the ball game, but he does a lot of intangibles for Coach Feldhouse.
Right, he's handled the ball well. He's pulled down a couple of rebounds and knocks down both free throws there.
Coming up, second ball game will be Franklin County Lafayette. Darren Douglas will give you that action. Dunn's shot, reverse won't go. And then Coach Cheatham, you'll now be back for the Model Henry Clay game a little bit later today.
That's right. It's a day packed with just one great basketball game after another. If you can't make it out here, the Eastern Kentucky University, I'm telling you, you can see it all live on PrepSpin.
3:25, and at the line is Dishman. And Matt Rose, I've been real impressed with this kid. Not just his shot blocking ability and rebounding, but his defensive presence has really hurt Sam Jones, a big stud down low for Central.
Yeah, I like him a lot as a player. You know, like you said, he's very athletic, very long, and, you know, I'd want him on my team.
Williams got the rebound and really cleared it off. We've seen him get up for a couple of rebounds this morning.
Yeah, Williams with 7 rebounds, Gary.
Sam Jones turns, and he's going to be tied up with the spin move. And looked like Davis there tied him up in the possession arrow favoring Bryan Station.
Well, Jones gets the ball on the block, spins, but he brings the ball down to his waist. Great job by Davis to recognize that, get his hands in there, tie him up. Jones has to keep that ball up high.
Jacob Taylor, 6'2 junior, wants to get in that lineup for Madison Central. And let's see now, are they pointing him back toward the bench? Yeah, he came to the scores table to check in. Now the officials are going to have to talk. Matt Rose, what do you think's going to happen here? Shouldn't that be a technical? That's what Tommy Johnson's saying.
I'm not sure what happened.
Yeah, it probably should be a technical, but they're not going to call it that way.
Well, they got Jacob Taylor up. I get all that. He came to the scores table. He even looked, and then all of a sudden Coach Feldhouse pointed to the bench. Jacob, get back over on the bench.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened right there.
Out top with it is Humphrey, who's got 16 points. Kirkland right side hanging, rolls out, rebounded by Dishman.
That's good defense right there.
Humphrey thought there was some contact. Clyde bounces over Dunn, lays it up and in. Well, I tell you, Taquan Clyde has good court vision, Coach.
They all do. All these men from Bryan Station handle the ball well, see the court well, and share the ball.
Down low and throwing it up and in is Williams. Boy, Williams got a nice ball game with double figures now. I've got him with 11 on my sheet.
11 points, 7 rebounds. I don't know how many blocks he has, but he has just really shown tremendous athleticism in this game.
Richardson got a hand on that Walker pass, but goes right back to Clyde. Clyde back now to Walker. 2:32 to play, 59-47. Bryan Station by a dozen. Their biggest lead's been what, Coach Cheatham? 17?
It was 17, and then Madison Central made the run and cut it to 8.
Here's a steal by Humphrey. He's got a 2-on-1. No, getting back. Humphrey off glass, no. Tapped around. Dishman. Jones had a hand on it. Coming out of there with it, Walker. He's got Davis to the left. Walker bounces to him. Davis shovels it back right side. Great catch and put up and in by Station's Dishman.
I think Coach thought that was an and one over there.
Yeah, I do too.
That was a catch. I mean, I'm speechless. Dishman reached back and pulled this ball back to him.
Yeah.
That should have been a turnover. Somehow Dishman handles that ball. That is just remarkable.
And Bryan Station with the full timeout. 1:51 to play. They lead Madison Central. Remember, Cameron Thomas didn't play today for the Indians, their starting point guard. He averaged 14. They're trailing right now, 61-47. With my Boone County math, that's 14 points. We'll be back here on PrepSpin.
I'm Todd Graves with special guest Les Miles. Fans seem to have a set of game day traditions they really love.
And one tradition I really love is the one love of Raising Cane's. The delicious taste of those fresh, never frozen chicken fingers, along with that amazing cane sauce, lemonade, and sweet tea.
Wow, I think that covers every game day tradition out there.
You didn't mention my sweet dance moves.
That's a whole other show.
Raising
Cane's, one love.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter. Locally owned and operated since 1972.
We want to thank UK Sports Medicine, orthopedic surgery. If you want to stay in the game, just see the folks at UK Sports Medicine. We'll be interviewing a trainer at halftime. Coming up, it'll be the second ball game, and it'll tip about 25-30 minutes after this one. And Coach, Franklin County Lafayette, what do you expect in that one?
You know, no team is hotter than Franklin County right now. They're playing their best basketball of the season. Of course, Lafayette, one of the best teams around, should be exciting.
Davis, and they're going to give him the basket. As he hung up in the air, he'd already got the feet elevated, and they're going to give him the basket and the foul. So Davis will be at the line, and they count the basket. I believe the official pointed to it. 2 points were good.
Yep.
They haven't put them up on the scoreboard yet here. But, yeah, now they do. So, I'll tell you, Davis, 22 points now.
At this stage of the game, double-digit lead for Bryan Station and the ball. We're under 2 minutes. Bryan Station just able to spread Madison Central out. They're quick guards, able to drive, get to the rim. Davis no good on the free throw, but, wow, 22 points, 5 for 7 from the three-point line. What a game Davis has had.
Rebounding, Central's done a good job in that regard. 32 all on the rebounds. Out top, and here's a three-pointer short by Williams. 1:28 to play. Station can run some clock now with a 16-point spread, 63-47. Walker in the middle to Davis. Davis shovels it right side and blocked from behind. Looked like a clean block there by Williams on Taquan Clyde, but a foul called on John Williams.
Yeah, that's just another example right there of how well Bryan Station is seeing the floor today. Their spacing is perfect. Balls down, head up. Players moving without the basketball, getting the great look and just tremendous job of handling the ball. They'll be one in the bonus now the rest of the way. Only 5 turnovers in this game for either team.
And free throw no good there for Daquan Clyde. 9 team fouls against Central, 8 against defenders, so neither team in the double bonus yet, although defenders will be on the next foul by Madison Central. 1:19 to play. Stay tuned after the game, guys. We'll have our post-game show. We'll talk to the star of the game. And free throw missed there by Clyde. And right now, obviously, Andre Davis is a strong candidate for that with those 22 big ones, but 17 Matt Rose in the first half.
Yeah.
63-47, 1:08. Seth Richardson angles left side, goes in, throws it up, no back of the rim, pulled down by Dishman. How many boards now for Mr. Dishman? That's what, 6 rebounds.
Yeah, 6 rebounds. 6 rebounds also for Davis, 8 rebounds for Klatt. And I tell you, that possession right there kind of summed up Madison Central's day. Drive, get to the rim, but fall away and
Davis.
get out of it.
Davis with a nice little slick reverse there, Coach.
Yeah, that was a sweet move. Goes around for the reverse. Now 24 points and
18-point lead, Matt, the biggest that Bryan Station's had.
Yep.
Ball knocked away from Humphrey down to 33 seconds. And Bryan Station's going to advance to the semifinals Monday night at 6:30, take on the winner of Lafayette Franklin. Here's a strip by Davis. Davis, lob right side, and then the dunk by Daquan Clyde.
Well, that kind of sums it up right there.
Exclamation point on this game.
20-point lead. Here's a three-pointer knockdown by Miller. That's his third 3 of the second half for Tariq Miller.
Miller hasn't missed. I don't think he missed a 3 in the game. He was 3 for 3.
We'll grab Davis after the game, 67-50. Your final score. We'll come back with a post-game show. Talk to Andre Davis, our star of the game. We might get Darren Douglas to grab him with that wireless mic. 67-50. We'll return on PrepSpin. Bryan Station advances 67-50 over Madison Central.
Brilliantly practical scientist Harriet Tuttle's search for a more efficient life concluded with an unorthodox solution. Harriet created 4 more Harriets. Together they were a model of efficiency. However, while identical, they had their own interests and their own retirement plans, each customized with a Raymond James financial advisor, allowing them to enjoy life separately and together. Life well planned. See what a Raymond James advisor.
I'm ready. Okay, kids, behave.
Man to man.
They got the little guy.
Welcome back here, and Darren Douglas is courtside. He's going to try to get Andre Davis, but they're heading back to the locker room right now. 67-50, Bryan Station. Davis, 24 points tonight, had 17 in the first half, 9-15 shooting. Kirkland Humphrey led Madison Central with 16. And Matt Rose, you don't want to beat a dead horse or belabor the point, but not having Cameron Thomas in that 14-point average definitely was a decided disadvantage for Central in this game.
Yeah, that was definitely a disadvantage. You know, I know Cameron, and I know he's a really good player, and he can really run his team, and so that was a loss for them. But, you know, had a great season, and unfortunately came to an end tonight.
And we're going to get Andre Davis here in a couple of moments along with Coach Johnson, but 67-50. Let me ask you, Coach Cheatham, was this a message sent by Bryan Station that, you know what, we're here to win this thing. We're here to win this region. We're good enough. We're bad enough. We're athletic enough. We can shoot well enough. We're here to win it. We're in it to win it.
Yeah, they absolutely put on a show in this game, Gary. They shot 52% as a team. They shot 63% from behind the three-point line. They didn't turn the ball over. They played very unselfish basketball, moved the ball well, took what the defense gave them, shot a lot of layups as well, defended well. And what I'm most impressed with is when Madison Central made that run, and I mean the crowd here was predominantly Madison Central. It got really loud. Central cut it to 8. Station comes right back, composed, under control, kicks it right back up to a double-digit lead.
And Lafayette out on the floor now. They're getting ready to take on Franklin County. And Tony Wise, of course, one of our teammates here on the PrepSpin, Tony Wise. He'll be actually broadcasting a game later today with Darren Douglas. It'll be Woodford County Catholic. But Matt Rose, great job, great working with you. Great job as an analyst, and look forward to working with you again maybe Monday night on a semifinal game. But what did you think? I mean, Bryan Station, was there a message received?
Yeah, I think it was. You know, they came out here and played hard and got the job done. But thank you for having me on here. It's been a blast.
Well, we knew you'd enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. And And coming up, Lafayette, I got to get your take, though. You know a lot about these Lafayette Generals.
Yeah, unfortunately.
What do you think, Lafayette, Franklin County? What do you think about this ball game, Matt Rose?
I honestly think Lafayette will win this just because, they have a lot more experience. And Franklin County's a good team now, but I just think Lafayette will have the edge here.
Well, we'll come back, and Justin Cheatham will give you some stats, and Darren Douglas is going to try to round up our star of the game. We're waiting for him to come out of the locker room along with Coach Johnson. We'll be back on PrepSpin. Bryan Station wins the first game, 67-50. A lot of heart shown by Madison Central, but they didn't shoot it very well. 67-50, Bryan Station. We'll come back with more postgame here on PrepSpin.
Sitters are here. I'm ready. Okay, kids, behave.
Man to man.
I got the little guy.
Oh, did you leave cash for the pizza?
I got it.
With more features than ever.
All right, who's hungry?
Mobile banking from Central Bank lets you deposit checks, pay bills,
Okay, you're going to get a rip screen.
send and receive funds with Pop Money, and more. So you can stay in the game without missing a step. Do more with mobile banking from Central Bank, official bank of UK Athletics.
The Kentucky Center for Orthodontics, home of Doctors Durbin, Wong, and Gardner, is now Clear Choice Orthodontics. Why the name change, you ask? Well, we believe that there's only one choice for all your orthodontics needs, and that choice is clear. Clear Choice Orthodontics. We offer a unique level of care for each smile in your family. We also feature the latest in Invisalign technology and Invisalign Teen. Put our award-winning experience to work for you. For a lifetime of beautiful smiles, come visit the most outstanding orthodontist in Kentucky, Clear Choice Orthodontics, home of Doctors Durbin, Wong, and Gardner.
I'm Todd Graves with special guest Les Miles. Fans seem to have a set of game day traditions they really love.
And one tradition I really love is the one love of Raising Cane's. The delicious taste of those fresh, never frozen chicken fingers, along with that amazing cane sauce, lemonade, and sweet tea.
Wow, I think that covers every game day tradition out there.
You didn't mention my sweet dance moves.
That's a whole other show.
Raising
Cane's, one love.
Folks, this is Gary Ball, and you hear my catchphrase, soup and a sandwich. When I want the best potato soup and prime rib sandwich, I head over to Rafferty's Restaurants after my games. Check out Rafferty's 9 great locations throughout Kentucky, and all you teens, you can eat at Rafferty's before those big ball games. The open prime rib sandwich is what legends are made of. Ask Joe B. Hall, the legend himself, it's his favorite. Rafferty's a big supporter of high school sports throughout Kentucky. Rafferty's, where the special is you.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up in all sports. Pick it up in all sports.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter, locally owned and operated since 1972.
All right, welcome back to Eastern Kentucky University, McBrayer Arena, where in the first game we saw Bryan Station defeat Madison Central. What a game there by Bryan Station, 67 to Madison Central 50, led by Davis. 24 points in the game, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, no assist any more beautiful than on the last play, the dish for the dunk and the exclamation point for Bryan Station that says, even though it's Saturday morning at 10 o'clock, we're ready to play, and we're ready to win the 11th region. C.J. Walker with 11 points for Bryan Station. Platt with 9, Owsley with 2. Dunn, a big game with 12 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. Dishman, great defense, 7 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. For Madison Central, they were led in scoring by Humphreys, 16 points. Williams with 11 points. Miller with 9. Richardson with 2, Jones with 7, Brockman with 5. The shooting really the key for Madison Central. 18 for 56 for the game, 32% overall. They warmed up a little bit in the second half with 37% from behind the three-point line. Got some good shots from Miller, who was 3 for 4 from behind the three-point line with 9 points. He really warmed up, calling for the ball in the second half. 3 for 4, 1 bank shot that just made you think, this kid's not going to miss. But for Bryan Station, wow, 52% shooting overall and 63% shooting from the three-point line. So in our opener here on Saturday morning, At EKU, it was Bryan Station over Madison Central, 67-50. In the second game, we've had Lafayette coming out, warming up now, just about 14 minutes before tip-off.
Well, Coach, we have a young man next to us. We better introduce him. He had a pretty good ball game, Andre Davis. Pretty good quarterback on that football team, too. I love seeing you play football. What's your favorite? I got to ask you. You like football or basketball?
I like football better.
Yeah, that's my favorite, too, so that's a good pick. You won me right there. You got me at football. What about this game? When your shot's going, there's no limit to your range. You just feel it today?
I was just feeling it. My teammates got me in the right spot to make those shots. So I think it was a good game overall.
And you know what I said throughout the game is I think Bryan Station sent a message here today. I think Bryan Station said, we're in it to win it. We're not just here to be pretty and get to the regional tournament. We're here to go to the Big Dance at Rupp Arena. Is that the way your ball club felt after this game?
Oh, yes, sir. We came in with a focus like, can't nobody stop us. We're going to win this whole thing.
And now you get the opportunity. Andre Davis with us had 24 points. You had 17 in the first half, Andre. What did they do in the second half to slow you down, particularly a bit in that third quarter?
Denied me a lot more, so I had to get the ball to my teammates, get them open.
Take me to those transition baskets. I mean, the thing about it, when you got the ball in the middle, there's always going to be one of your teammates to your left or your right, and you just do that nice little sweet bounce pass over there. Is that something you guys just have mental telepathy about?
Yes, sir.
Tell us about the next game, Lafayette and Franklin County. I mean, is there a team that you hope could pull this out that you could play in the Final Four Monday night?
Lafayette, of course, because they beat us the first 2 times we played them. So I think I want to play them again so we can get them.
But you've heard that old saying, Andre Davis, it's hard to beat a good team 3 times.
Yes, sir.
Anything you want to ask Mr. Davis, Coach Cheatham?
Andre, I was really impressed with your unselfish play. I mean, you were on fire. Y'all were shooting 63% from the three-point line. I don't know how you're going to be beaten in this tournament when you're shooting the ball that well, playing so unselfish. But that last possession, the lob pass to your teammate, getting him involved, you could have taken that shot. Again, you were unselfish, got your teammate involved, and just really gave an exclamation point. How do your teammates, do they appreciate that as much as I do? Because that was just outstanding teamwork there.
Yes, sir. They love it.
Great.
Well, the thing about it is people don't realize, they think, okay, Bryan Station's a good team, but they really don't have a big. I beg to differ. I think Dishman sent a message today that if you bring it in here, it's going to get swatted out. And not only him, Taquan Clyde is a great athlete. You guys got some big guys that don't get probably the love they should get.
Oh, yes, sir. They working. They're a big part of our team. That's why we won.
How did it help you playing football with Taquan, C.J. Walker, and all those guys? How did it help you playing football with them now on the basketball floor?
They outstanding athletes. They just run. They go.
Well, great game, young man. You are our star of the game. Congratulations, and we will see you Monday night in the Final Four.
Yes, sir.
Andre Davis, and we got Coach Johnson's here too. We're going to chat with Coach. Thank you, Andre. Good game, man. Andre Davis. Let's get Coach Johnson in here and talk with him very quickly. Tommy Johnson, and his first year as the head coach. And Coach, you got to get a little excited. You just won a regional game here. It's a regional tournament here, and but I know you're fired up. Your ball club came in and kind of sent a message that, hey, we're here. We're in it to win it.
Yeah, I was proud of the way that these guys came out from the beginning, especially staying with their defensive assignments.
Right.
We've had trouble with that during the year, but these guys did a great job with their defensive assignments and paying attention to the details tonight.
And like I told Andre, he had big 17 in the first half, but he was looking for his teammates to dish in the second half. But your big guys, Dishman, Clyde, and even Dunn, those guys don't get enough credit for what they do for you underneath the basket.
And that's one of the things that, with Andre being able to score, it opens up a lot for those guys. And that's something that they've done all year, actually. What they've done tonight, like you said, they don't get enough credit. Well, they get enough credit with us in the locker room, though. That's for sure.
That's where it matters.
For sure, yeah.
And so you're in the Final Four, the 11th region, considered one of the toughest regions in the state. Your opponent will either be Franklin County or Lafayette. And, of course, Lafayette, a team you're very familiar with.
Yeah, we played them twice during the year. And they got us both times. Good team that they have. Those guys they've got shooters. They've got guys that can get to the basket. They've got a big man down low that can finish. So they're a tough team to beat. I haven't seen a whole lot of Franklin County this year, but either way it goes, both teams are here for a reason. That's because they can play.
I know you had your ball club a long time back in the locker room. What were you telling them after this game?
One of the things that we do all year is set goals for ourselves. I talked about how important it was to pay attention to detail, which we did, harped on all the positive stuff that we did, and to let them know that, it's not over. It's not over yet,
Right.
and we still got some more basketball to play.
Well, you're in the Final Four of the 11th region. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you, man.
You're doing a
Appreciate
great
it.
job.
Thank you.
Tommy
Appreciate
Johnson, the outstanding young coach of Bryan Station. We'll come back here and wrap this one up and then tell you about a little bit later. It'll be Franklin County. And you need another break, Mr. Warfield? So we're out of here. 67-50, Bryan Station. Great job, Coach Cheatham. You and I'll be back at it, though. Darren Douglas coming up with Coach Red and the call of Franklin County Lafayette. You and I'll be right back in it a little bit later with the Model going up against Henry Clay. So, and then, of course, Woodford County Catholic after that, and then both girls' games tonight. So it's going to be a busy day, but good ball game here. For Justin Cheatham, William Warfield, and Matt Rose, who joined us, 11th Region Player of the Year. Bryan Station 67-50 over Madison Central. Stay tuned. Darren Douglas and Coach Carl Red Hutchinson coming up with the second ball game between Franklin County and Lafayette. Thanks for watching on PrepSpin.